she's 9 years old, right? And being that she's hyperactive and she's going through the problems that she's going through, she really hasn't reached the an age of maturity and where she could follow directions, where if you told her what to do, that she'd be able to do it. I mean, you can't force feed a child, you know, that's the whole problem. And what happens, children like this, in 90% of the cases, all they want to eat is processed food. They want to eat junk food, processed carbohydrates. They really don't like the good food because they're a product of what the mother ate and the substance abuse. Anybody who's been into substance abuse is going to, because they're poisoning their system with concentrated poisons, they're going to be craving concentrated sugars and bad foods. Now, you can help a kid. You definitely can help her. But the thing is, I mean, unless you have the ability and the authority to gradually change her diet and, you know, to work along with the doctor with wisdom, I mean, you definitely can help. Yeah, you definitely can help her. So, the book will give you the information. Whether you could apply it or not, I mean, that's a whole other story. But I do suggest that you read the book. It's not an expensive book, and you should be able to read it in, you know, 2 or 3 hours. And it'll give you an idea of, you know, what I'm speaking about here. And, you know, if you're not doing this yourself, it might help you to get into doing it yourself. But children like that definitely can be helped. How do I know? I've helped plenty of children like that. I wish I could say I was successful with everybody. But keep in mind, I was quite a bit like that myself. So, as I told you, I got kicked out of every school I ever went to. And that was because I didn't want to reveal to people in those days that I could not read and I couldn't speak that clearly. And because I was very, very embarrassed. So I didn't speak a lot. I kept my mouth shut most of the time. And I didn't let people know I couldn't read because I couldn't see what I was supposed to be able to read. So what I did, I stayed out of school. I didn't go to school that much. But because I had good memory, I was able to get by in grammar school by hearing something or, honestly speaking, cheating a little bit by looking at somebody else's papers. I was able to get through it. But then during the Korean War, I had an experience. I found out what was wrong with me. When I corrected what was wrong with me, that was a whole different story. I ended up doing very, very well. I had 2 careers in my life. I had a master's pilot's license. I was captain of a boat. I went to school for years to study what I'm doing right now. So anybody could, that's why I'm saying anybody could do this. And a child like that, you know, with a little bit of break and maybe a little bit of divine intervention, kids like that, a lot of those children have been helped.